15 meters. The width of a basketball court crossed in the air over ice-slick rock without one wrong step. That's how a snow leopard hunts. And the ibex watching from the ledge across the gap has no idea the ambush already started minutes earlier, not in the air. Instinct says whoever runs faster wins this chase. At 4,000 meters, that's almost never true. What decides who's still alive in the next few seconds isn't either animal's speed, it's something else, and you can't see it yet. Biologists who managed to reconstruct one real snow leopard hunt found something strange. It began beside 3 large boulders, high on the slope. It ended 115 meters below, more than the length of a football field, at the bottom of a ravine, exactly where the hunter had steered it. This happens in the highest mountains of Central Asia, the Karakoram, the Pamir, the Himalaya, between 3 and 5,000 meters, where almost no other big cat survives. Snow Leopard Trust has spent more than a decade tracking it with GPS collars and camera traps. They call it the ghost of the mountains, not just for its color, but because it's the hardest big cat on Earth to find. The reason starts with its own body. The broken, irregular rosettes across its back aren't decoration. They shatter the animal's outline against stone. According to Snow Leopard Trust, the pattern mimics the light and shadow lichen throws across rock at this altitude, the same scattered gray on gray already sitting on the mountain before the leopard ever arrives. An adult snow leopard can stand in full view on an open slope and still be invisible, not to the cameras, to the ibex that has 1 second to decide whether that extra rock was always there. The Siberian ibex lives on those same slopes for the same reason its hunter does. Almost nothing else can climb that high. Its coat works as camouflage too, dark brown with a gray saddle of fur across the shoulders on the males, built to disappear against bare rock. It spends most of the day on vertical cliffs neither wolves nor people can follow. That cliff face isn't a prison. Until this moment, it's the survival strategy that's worked best for thousands of years. So how does the leopard actually win? Not by running. According to WWF, it's fundamentally an ambush hunter. It closes in low, using every rock and every break in the terrain as cover, getting as close as it possibly can before it's ever seen. Only then does it attack, a leap that can clear 15 meters, enough force in its hind legs to drop prey 3 times its own weight. The chase itself, when it happens, almost never runs past 300 meters. Compared to the hours-long pursuits other big cats sustain on open savanna, that's almost nothing. On the slope, an adult male ibex lifts his head. He didn't see anything. He didn't hear anything, but something in the air changed. He lowers his head again, back to grazing between the rocks. He has no idea that much higher up, crouched behind 3 large stones, the leopard hasn't moved in several minutes. It's calculating the exact angle of the slope below. For a while, nothing happens. And that's exactly the most dangerous moment of the entire hunt, because the leopard's stillness isn't hesitation. It's calculation, the same calculation a chess player makes before moving a single piece. No need to rush when you already know exactly where the other one is about to go. The wind shifts, and this time it's real. The ibex smells it. He bolts, not up toward the ridgeline where instinct says safety is, down. Because the slope ahead is more open, the route that asks for the least effort at the worst possible moment. A large body loses control far faster going downhill than climbing. The hunter already knew that before it ever moved. The ravine gets closer. The walls narrow, bit by bit, a natural funnel of rock. A body this size, running downhill, can't turn the way it could seconds ago. The ibex still thinks he's choosing the path. He isn't, not anymore. The leopard stopped moving a moment ago. It doesn't need to move. It just needs to wait for him to finish walking in. Then it jumps, not at the ibex, at the exact point where the ibex will be 1 instant later. The same precision that picked the slope, the 3 rocks. Every minute of that motionless wait, the impact happens in mid-air, halfway down the slope. By the time both of them hit the ground, it's already decided. That hunt, the 3 rocks, the 115 meters, the ravine, wasn't an isolated case. Biologist Örjan Johansson and his team, publishing in Snow Leopard Reports, analyzed GPS collar data from 175 ibex and argali killed by snow leopards. 62% of those deaths happened at the bottom of a ravine, not because the prey ran there looking for shelter. The leopard was never chasing the ibex in front of it. It was chasing the one place fear was already pushing that ibex toward, and most of the time, it's the same place. But this doesn't always end this way. According to Snow Leopard Trust, an adult snow leopard kills one large animal every 8 to 10 days on average. Most attempts along the way don't end in a kill at all. And when it does succeed, it doesn't leave. It stays with the carcass for 3 to 4 full days, eating slowly, while ravens and vultures start circling closer and closer, waiting their turn. There's a reason it can't afford to rush. An adult snow leopard weighs somewhere around 40 kilograms. A large male ibex, the kind it's built to hunt, can weigh more than double that. One successful kill is a rare, oversized meal, which is exactly why it doesn't walk away from a single scrap of it. The same calculation is playing out right now across the mountains of the 12 countries where the snow leopard still survives, from Afghanistan to Mongolia. And for almost the entire time this species has been studied, nobody managed to document in real time how it actually hunted. The first snow leopard ever fitted with a GPS collar wasn't tracked until September 2008 in Mongolia's Tost Mountains. A male researchers named Togoldor. Almost everything science now knows about exactly how this species hunts traces back to him, into the roughly 24 cats collared since. Before that, all that existed were bones found days later at the bottom of some ravine, with no one there to explain how they got there. No one knows how many of those kills happened exactly like this one. 3 boulders picked in advance, 115 meters calculated start to finish, because almost none of them had a real witness. GPS collars only started recording these patterns less than 20 years ago. Everything the snow leopard did before that, across thousands of years of hunting on these same mountains, disappeared with no one watching. And of the ones that were documented, it's still unknown how many actually started long before the first rock.